This is Nicholeen Peck. She is an author. She's written several books, one of which is behind here, in fact. And then we have this other one. It's called A House United, Teaching Self-Government. So this is all about parenting skills and helping your children. We've got wonderful things to learn today. Nicholeen just is a wealth of knowledge. She and her husband Spencer have 4 children.
Yes.
And you've been teaching this around the world. In fact, recently you came from China.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
In fact, that was quite an experience to be going to China. We got approached by someone that said, hey, we want you to come to China and help with families because we're concerned about our families too. And I think that's just it. You know, the whole world wants strong families, and we're recognizing, okay, things are uncertain around us right now. What do we have control over? What really matters most? And for most people, it's family.
Yeah, it is, and you're right. Everyone all across the world, everywhere, they're really recognizing that there are a lot of problems out there, and that the family really is the foundation of our society and of our communities, and we need to get back on track. And Nicholeen has done such fabulous work of creating these programs in this system, and you do workshops and trainings and...
Yes, you know, we've been actually speaking about self-government and about strengthening family now for about 13 years. It started back when we did foster care, actually. So we did foster care for troubled teens when our 2 oldest, who are now in their teens, were babies. And so I always tell everybody, I got to practice on other people's children in their teenage years so that hopefully mine will be, you know, not having the same kind of problems. But we really learned a lot during that time, and we learned what really worked, what didn't work, and what those kids needed. And it was such a beautiful time in our lives, and you know, we still try to keep up with some of those kids if we can, you know, keep a track of everybody's lives, but it's really fun. Yeah.
Well, this is wonderful. We're going to take quite a bit of time today going over a lot of specifics, and at the same time, though, we're also going to be doing some generalities. As far as when I say generalities, I mean kind of an overview of what Nicholeen is doing in her life, because she's so popular everywhere. We're really fortunate to get her to come on our show. And even more special is that we have Mother's Day coming up, and Nicholeen has agreed to come 3 weeks in a row so that we can make this highlighting special time to help mothers and fathers and families.
You know,
thank you.
You're welcome. I'm excited to be here, really, truly. Getting to know you, BJ, has been fantastic for me. You are an amazing woman yourself. I wish I could introduce you. No one ever does, right?
Right, and I forget, too. I just, you know, it's funny, I just assume everybody knows me, so here I am. And that be said, one of the reasons that I do this show is I am a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I also have a very special side part to what I do that's trauma. So I do heavy trauma work with all ages, even pre-verbal. So, and my practice is in Salem. So anyone that has, if you've got questions and specific things for your family that you want to maybe start therapy or have questions, give me a call. It's 801-616-6041, and my practice is in Salem, and we can talk about maybe some things that can help you and your family that are specific, that can even help implement some of the things that you're going to be learning here with Nicholeen.
Yay.
So this is great. Nicholeen, let's talk a little bit about what you've been doing. Kind of give us a...
Wow, that's a lot, right?
It is. It's a bunch.
It is a bunch. Do you know, maybe a better thing to say would be, when do I stop doing? You know, there was a point when people kept asking me, tell us what you're doing with these foster children. They make these great changes in your home. How do you do this? Tell us what's happening in your house. Your house seems different. So I just started telling people about what I was doing. And before I knew it, it was like, can you come to our convention? Can you come to our this and that and the other? And will you please write a book, because we can't remember it all the time. And so I started working on those things, and then I thought, you know, maybe I want to talk about something else. I mean, I'm a gardener, you know, whatever. I want to talk about other things. And I realized, no, this is what I'm supposed to talk about, and there is nothing more worthwhile nowadays than making the family strong and having good, effective communication at home. And so I have been doing it for 13 years now.
Wow. Congratulations on that. That's amazing.
Thanks.
So,
and
lucky 13.
I even somehow, miraculously, got selected to be on a BBC television show. And my husband and I said, we're not going to probably do that. And we told them no, because that just seemed too risky, you know, for they could slander, I don't know, our family, our religion, our state, our, you know, whatever we were doing. And just felt like, no, that wasn't the right choice. And the more we thought about it, the more, all I can say is our insides just felt like they were going to jump out, that they had to do it, that there was something about that that we could do. And I realized, you know, we had troubled teens come to our house all the time for years and years, and we knew how to be calm. We knew how to talk to them and how to understand them and help them with their issues. And if they just picked anybody else around in the community, they might not know how to do that. And so I knew at that point, actually, maybe our home, maybe there's something about it that really would be the best thing. So we did this show, and it was called, hold on, The World's Strictest Parents.
Oh, no.
Now maybe people might turn it off and not want to hear me. What? The World's Strictest Parents? Isn't that a reality show? Pretty much, yeah.
So, you know, that's exciting. Now, how old were your children when you did that?
That was just in 2009, so it wasn't that long ago. In fact, there were specifications for how old your children had to be, and the oldest one had to be at least 14, and our oldest one at the time was 13. And so they were like, oh, we want you to do it, but don't you have older kids? And, you know, I can't just produce one. So I'm like, no. But I said, well, but we did the foster care and stuff like that, and they knew about that because of my website, teachingselfgovernment.com, and I talk about some of my experiences with foster care, and so they said, well, you know, you've proven that you know how to raise teenagers, so even though you don't really have one yet of your own, then I think we're going to still just do it.
Oh, fantastic. So, I'm so glad they did. It was such a popular show, as I understand. Tell me.
I was shocked about that, really, truly shocked. Just some little family from Utah, you know, all of a sudden they emailed me and called me the very next day, multiple people from the BBC station over in England, and they said, you should be really happy about this, Nicholeen, because this show just became the most watched episode ever on the BBC.
Wow! Congratulations!
Yeah, I know. And this show was it's kind of really popular over there, kind of like American Idol is here. It's one of those things that just everybody watches, I guess. And so for it to become the most watched on a show like that, I was pretty impressed. I was pretty happy. Yeah.
See how lucky you guys are? I mean, wow. We have you right, and we've got you 3 weeks, too. This is going to be wonderful.
I'll tell you what, people should go see the show.
Okay, so how can they do that?
So if they go to my website, which is teachingselfgovernment.com, and then there's a little tab up at the top, and it says videos. And if you click on the video tab, then you'll be able to see all the parts right there, and you won't have to go surfing around YouTube. I mean, they are on YouTube if you want to look up World's Strictest Parents Utah, and it'll probably come up, but you'll have to try and find each one. So if you go to my site, then you'll be able to see it.